Alright guys, we're back. Let's just keep going, and let's actually do something really quick here. These little dots, right? Those dots are actually really easy to do. And also, hold on, let's add some detail lines here. Another layer, turn all this stuff off. So like this detail line, where the remote control opens up and stuff like that. I'm going to, let's say, I'll just use a line tool. And since this is supposed to be a curved body and then it comes up and then comes across, I'm going to drop this line a little bit lower. Oops. Hold down. Then I'm going to put a line on top of that. Kind of like that. And let's make that 1 point. So yeah, so it looks like there's a little gap. Maybe this is a little bit too far down. Again, it's kind of like your artistic eye and kind of your ability to fool and just really draw. You're literally drawing. I made a copy and I'm just going to stretch this out a little bit further. Oops, I don't want it to snap. There we go. So those are my dark lines that kind of separates the remote control. Now I gotta fix these. That looks good. Of course, you could have drawn a mini rectangle too if you like. So depending on what you're trying to do. Yeah, that looks good. And let's do the little 3 dots. I'll keep it in the same layer here. Those dots are actually really easy. What you're going to do is you're going to take a circle, basically. So it's kind of like that Nelson clock. Come back in here. You don't want any outline, but you want your fill to be a radial gradient that is maybe that. And you want that gradient to start from where the sun or the light, where the light hits it and then gets darker. So you get this cool little ball looking thing now that I can put here. And I'm going to make a copy of it here. And then Control D to make another copy. Select all 3. Come back down. See, that was a lot easier than you thought, right guys? So there you go. So you get this cool little, bumps. Samsung, that would be just a text. Although this is a custom text developed by Samsung, I don't really care for you guys copying that. So you guys can just write a text here, all in caps, I guess. Samsung. Yeah, that's good enough for me, guys. I don't mind that you don't get that perfect font. Right? Oops, Salmon. Come on. Okay. So that's that. So let's get in here again and let's just kind of do that. You know what? That's bothering me. That should be a solid color. I'm just going to go here. Can I just get a gray and not a gradient? Nope. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. Alright, so that's that. And of course you can put text in there to put the enter and any other graphics that you like. Let's put a slight outline in here. So I'm going to take this circle. I'm going to Control C, Control V. Align it. Do that. Turn off the fill so I can just get an outline. Just want to get a little outline in here. Alright, so I think that's looking pretty good, guys. Let me just help you with this. Maybe this top panel here, and then maybe this depression, and then you guys can carry on with everything else. Or I'll do this depression, which will be the same thing as here. So let's go. Let's keep this thing going. I hope you guys are alright watching this. Oops. You have to be on the proper layer. Yeah, I'll pop in another layer just to keep things a little separated and organized. So here's that. We're going to do this one here. Then we're going to do another one on the inside. And then let's do this button. Control C, Control V. Line that up. Select one of the circle. Alright, so let's give us some kind of a more additional 3D looks to this thing. There's another tool, instead of just shrinking it, because sometimes depending on your shape, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you ever run across it, but hopefully you don't forget my little comment here. Like scaling it smaller doesn't quite work. A better thing to do is called the offset. So you go offset path. And when you offset it, it actually oops, did it offset it at all? I'll just offset it to the outside and then shrink everything. So when you go to path, when you offset path, it actually shrinks the way it should. I don't know how to better describe that, unfortunately, but so it just shrinks equally, just yeah. But that one shrank too much. But hopefully I can just now enlarge it from here. Yeah, you see, no, that's no good. I didn't get that number right, but you know what? I'm going to just fudge it. Alright, so basically I just want to make it look like it's going down and then back up. So I'm going to put a gradient on this back one here and make it that part dark and light here, because if the light's coming here, it's going to hit the lip that's coming up. So again, I have that. I'm going to go to, I want a simpler, nope, maybe that one. No, not enough highlights. Dang, man, these things have way too many like colors. I'm gonna get rid of that and get rid of that. Actually, get rid of that too. I basically want to go from dark to light. I mean, that's all there's to it. And then I'm gonna come here and say start dark here and get lighter as it gets to the bottom. And then on the top one, I'm going to just put in another gradient. Let's put another gradient on that. Or no, that's just going to be white. So when I do that, it looks like there's a slight depression here, right? Because this is dark and then there's a light hitting it here. Same principle here. I don't know what color that is, let's say. Oh, it's kind of a gray and black. So That one, I'm also going to I'm going to cherry pick this one and then pick that guy. So it does that gradient, but then the gradient's going not in the direction that I want it to go. I want it to go from dark to light this way. And then this one's just going to be white again. Okay, cool. I think the stroke is a little too thick. All right. Oh, maybe it's gray. Yep, there we go. That's looking good. And the red button is kind of like the same. Like I want this thing to be dark and that to be lighter so that it looks like it's getting pushed in. I'm gonna take that, and it's kind of red, so actually I'm gonna, can I do this? Let me try this. Yeah, cool. So I want to go from kind of a red to a white, and then take my gradient tool and start my red to a white. It's not quite white. Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, so there's that, and then I'm going to take this guy and I'm just going to simply color that red. So if I turn on all my rendered layers, there you go. You get this little subtle. Maybe I should just turn that gray, but whatever. I think that's fine. Maybe that one is too thick. Yeah. So there you go, guys. It's actually not looking too bad. I mean, it looks pretty good. It's an illustration of what this remote control could look like, right? Let me just kind of do this one little button here, or at least the recess here. And these buttons are, yeah, let me just do that part. Hang in there, guys. Another 5 minutes. Let's just take that layer all the way up to the top. This one would be kind of a rectangle with the circles completely. I wouldn't take it all the way to red. It means, like, you can't go any further than that. Is that all right? Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna turn that off so I can kind of see the scale. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go back and then I'm gonna do my path, offset path, and so it kind of shrinks it, which is great. I think I'm gonna make it 0.7. Oh no, I want it to opposite. 0.5. I don't want to offset it that much. Yeah, I'll take that. And then again, I'm going to make that dark and then make this not so dark on my gradient. I'm going to go with the linear gradient. It's going from dark to light. Why am I having so much trouble with these colors? Come on, Illustrator. They have so many other functions right now. I'm also just trying to fumble through it, as you guys can see. No joke. So again, it's going from dark to light. So I'm going to just go from here to there, which gives me a slight. But actually, I want this to be darker. Gosh, this is painful. I'm just trying to sample a color from the remote. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then this guy's gonna be just a solid color. Actually, I should just establish this kind of grayish color for everywhere. So what you could do is you can actually establish a particular color. So let's say I'm going to take this gray. You can just come down to your swatches, you know, create another color. Can I just outline that? Hold on one second. Let's do it this way. I can just, let me click away. Cancel. Just, so if you notice that, like if I click, let me see here, you'll see that this color changes. So you see how the foreground color changes depending on where I click. So I'm just going to click this kind of grayish here. So I like that gray. And then that is also here now. So I can just say new color. And then I can just say button. So that'll be my button color. So then now, if I come here, and for all my buttons, I'm going to use that color. Alright, so there you go. This outline is actually a little bit too dark now. So there you go. So it looks like it's kind of pushed in a little bit. Maybe this outline could be a little bit darker. Okay, so now we're going to put these buttons on top of here, right? Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep it light because we're going to make these buttons now. Just want them stacked. And then I'm going to reduce the size. Oops, no. Deselect, select only one of them. So in this case, you can see this button is supposed to be pushed up. It's like a cylinder almost. So you're going to get some highlights here. So I'm going to take the larger circle and go to my gradient there. And then that highlights it. But I want my gradient to come from, so it's going from dark to light. So I'm going to come this way. Give it a little highlight, just like that. And then let's take off the outline on that one. So, and then this is basically, you're faking it, right? You see that? So this one, I'm gonna make it 0.1, make it super thin. And I'm gonna group them so that when I move it now, that's too big. There we go. Alt, the other button. Yeah, what is that? Up and down. So you can draw those things later if you like, but now I have all of this. Make it there. And this one gets a plus minus. And then there you go, guys. Okay, so hopefully this demo gave you enough. I hope you're gonna have fun in this project. You know, try it and turn it in. I'd love to see it. All right, see you guys on the next demo.